Hello and welcome to our show, Film Talk with AJ Dean. I'm AJ Dean, your host, and tonight we have a spectacular special VIP guest. I'm so thrilled and excited to introduce her, Ms. Stephanie Castelloni. She's also known as Ms. Charlemagne. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How's everything going?
We're doing so great, and it's such an honor. You know,
Ah,
we were speaking a moment ago about how you've been on before with Ninon Speaks, and you're such an incredible and beautiful heart. You're always there for the legends and Georgette Dante. That's how we met. And
hmm.
I want to give a special shout out to Georgette. Hi, Georgette. We love you, right, Stephanie?
Yes, of course. Hi, Georgette.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So let's talk about Burley Cares because this is so important to you. And you're one of the founding members along with Miranda Smith. Is that right?
Correct. There was five of us that originally founded it, and Miranda and I are part of the original crew. But a lot of the people that did originally find it are still helping us, and are still very much a part of it. So that's what's so beautiful too, is the longevity of all of us. We're still in it. We're still doing it. We still believe in the cause and the need for these services for sure.
Absolutely. Now, how many legends would you say you are responsible for? Could you give me a range? Is it 50, 100?
Sure. Well, the way I work it, because I have a background in nursing and with home care and hospice, everything when I was in the field and when I worked as a nurse in home health and hospice was census based, right? Well, when I was working in the field, there was one census per agency that you worked for. And so in Burley Cares, I've done the same thing, except our reach goes beyond Vegas many of the times. Like we've helped legends in California, we've helped legends in Florida, we've helped legends in New York. So we have a couple different census numbers. So our total that we have right now is 128 legends, and that's throughout the United States, and a few in Canada as well. So so our reach goes that far. And then here locally, where we are able to give the most comprehensive services, we have 14 currently right now. So 14 here. We have about, I would say, 20-ish, 20, 26, 27 in California. And so there's a lot over there, and we do have volunteers and people that help us and keep us informed on how the legends are doing there. But the most comprehensive, because we're still considered a small organization and a new organization, because we just received our 501(c)(3) in 2020. So yeah, so we're most comprehensive here, and we're still growing, and we're still trying to expand our services and our licensing and all of that good stuff. So
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on that, Stephanie. You're doing an
thank you.
outstanding job and service. And I love that your background is a nurse because you have that compassion and empathy that other people don't have as a skill set. You're able to, a moment ago, we were talking about your consistency, right? Being there.
Yes.
Let's talk
That's
about
a very big key that I noticed right away within like the first 6 months of doing this pretty full time, is that consistency is everything, because there are a lot of us throughout the United States that are performers, and there's a lot of us, especially in burlesque, which I think is beautiful and lovely. One of the lovely things about the culture of burlesque is that we really do revere our elders and our legends, and so we get an outpouring from different what we call neo performers throughout the United States. But everybody's at different stages in life and at different stages in their career. Some people can see a legend once every 6 months. But one of the things that some can see it every week. But one of the things I noticed, in order to give the highest level of care and to keep our legends thriving rather than just surviving, is consistency. So like making sure we know approximately how much, like for the ones in Vegas, how many times per week should we see them? You know what I mean? What are we working on? You know, what are the goals? So those are the big things. And for this population, I noticed that probably because the transiency of performing and traveling and people coming and going, there's not a lot of consistency unless they have solid family units, right? Like unless their children are here or their grandkids are here or they have this solid unit, which some do, but you know, some do not. And so it's important that if they do not, that our services becomes consistent so that they feel safe and they know that they have somebody that's not going to, you know, just leave and not come back, you know what I mean, for a while. So our big goal, and I tell my staff here in Vegas, is we got to be consistent. We can't let them down. We can't come and go. And we have to, you know, let them know what we can and cannot do. That's another very important thing. So yeah.
I love that. And I do want to say that Georgette Dante considers you, I mean, she's always talking to me about how wonderful you are. You really are an angel to her. You know, you're the number one in my heart. I look at you as the number one there for Georgette, always ever faithful, always consistent. And that is amazing that you do that, as some do have families and some don't. So that's
right.
so, you know, a lot of people don't know that, right?
No, they don't. And, you know, and within Burley Cares, we have to be really careful to like what we talk about, like in terms of confidentiality. So we don't, you know, announce that or talk about that openly. Sometimes the legends are very open. They want people to know what is going on with them. So then we are able to do a little bit more, like in terms of media. Like Georgette is one of our clients that you know very well, and she's very open, right? Like she loves the media. She would do stories with us and have it posted and love it, you know. And so, you know, that's amazing. Some of our legends are incredibly private, right? So yeah, so we don't talk about it, and we're very much, you know, on the back end and keeping things kind of quiet for them, but being there at the same time. So
I love that respect that you have for each of them. Now we have the logo on screen right here. It's a beautiful logo, Burley Cares. And the website, I'm looking in my notes here, it says, is it burleycares.net?
It's actually both, but we use .com more than anything. Yeah, that'll get you right there. www.burleycares, all one word, .com, and that's our website, and it explains our entire program and services and different programs that we offer. It also has all of our timeless information, which is our convention coming up in July. So if anyone's interested in that as well, all of that information is up right now. So
wonderful. I'm going to bring that timeless promo up right now. We can talk about it.
Sure.
But if people want to donate to Burley Cares, they can go to the website. Is that right, Stephanie? And
yes, there's a donate tab on every page of the website up in the right hand corner, and some of the pages have it down below as well, but it says donate now, and you just click on it. It brings you right to our fundraise page, which is the platform we use for fundraising, and it goes directly to us. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Which and we really appreciate.
Yes. And I want to encourage everybody who's watching this to go to burleycares.com and donate. I have donated, and all the money goes directly to them. Please be assured and comforted that it is secure and it goes right to the legends. Isn't that right, Stephanie?
Yeah, and it also goes to our program so that we can keep providing the services that we're providing to our legends. We do use volunteers, but we use them in a very specific platform. Like we have different programs specifically for volunteers, but everything else is paid employees. So it's important that we do continue getting donations, because right now that's what's keeping us going, because we're smaller. We need to grow to a certain point where, for instance, we would be eligible to receive grants. So like we're at that stage where we're just kind of growing steadily, which is so fantastic. But we would love to get to a point where we would be candidates for some more funding and not have to rely so heavily on the public. So
wonderful. So click on burleycares.com and donate as much as you want, and it goes to a wonderful cause. and helpful. And Stephanie is terrific, and so is Miranda Smith. I did want to give a shout out to Miranda. We love Miranda
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And Stephanie, if there's anything ever I can do to help Burley Cares, please let me know. I love that organization, and we love you and
Thank
everyone
you.
there, and we believe in you and that. And it's such a great organization, so it's touched my heart. Now, Burley Cares is going to be doing Timeless. Let's talk about that. This is July
Yeah.
7th through the 9th.
Yes, it's our first largest event. It's a 3-day event platform that is run convention style from the 7th through the 9th. And on the 7th and the 8th, we are having 2 large shows with 11 legend performers. Every performer that's performing in the shows is a legend. They're a legend status according to our criteria. We have a vetting process and everything, but they are all in their mid-50s or older and have been performing for many years, the genres of magic, burlesque, and circus. So what we tried to do, which I think we did, is divide the night up equally. So there's equal parts magic, equal parts burlesque, equal parts circus. So it's truly a variety show, and it's truly a variety show of the legends, of people that really, truly paved the way. People that are so good at their craft that they've kind of reached this level of, like, you know, what we're all kind of striving for as performers, I think, right? Like, you just kind of get to a place where you've been doing your craft for so long that you kind of hit a level of what we would call legend status, right? Where it's like, yeah, you're truly an entertainer and you're amazing, right? Like, you just, every performance is no problem, you know? So we're looking forward to it. We're super excited. We have a fantastic lineup both nights. Our first night, July 7th, we have legend magician Mac King closing. Yeah, he is a strip magician here in Vegas. He has the longest running residency show. Truly, truly, truly a legend, and such a beautiful man. Like, very supportive of Burley Cares. And we're just super thrilled to have him. The second night, we have Master Magician, and if you've ever seen this woman, you would just lay down. She's so good. Her name is Juliana Chen, and she's a master card manipulator. And yeah, her act, I mean, I remember the first time I saw it because I did a all-female variety show a few times with a really good friend of mine in town, and we had her close, and it was one of the first times I had ever seen her. And to this day, I don't think I've seen anything like what she does. She is truly from another world. Like, she's so good at what she does. You can't see any of what I mean, truly a magician, truly an illusionist, and it's just a pleasure to watch. And we're so thrilled to have her. So she'll be on the 8th. And then we just have a great lineup of burlesque performers, local and from out of town. We have burlesque legends Adina from California, Shauna from Hawaii. We have, oh gosh, on the other, Georgette's performing as well on the 8th. Yeah, her first one back from a little hiatus that she's taken, so she's very excited. I know she is, so we're excited to have her. We've got legends from the original Ringling Brothers crew. So yeah, I mean, this is like so amazing, right?
Did I hear that Mondre is going to make an appearance?
He sure is. He's going to do his amazing Dove and Cat act. If you have not seen that, it is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, Mondre, who I've known many years as well, is just, and I work with him as well as at the distillery. He's performing, as well as Kip Reynolds. He also works with me at the distillery. He's an amazing juggler and unicyclist, and he combines it, and it's just like really amazing to watch him. Yeah, so we've got Mondre. Fielding is another one of our big time magicians who works regularly with Lance Burton, and very well-known comedy magician, one of the original comedy magicians. He was a comedy magician. Gosh, he is the pioneer of that art form. He really is like one of the first modern day comedy magicians, and he's so good at what he does. And every time you bring up his name, people are like, oh my God, yeah, he's great. Like, he's so amazing. So we have him. Yeah, we're just thrilled. Like, I just feel like both lineups, people keep asking me, they're like, okay, which night is better? I'm like, they're both like incredibly amazing. Like, it doesn't matter, pick a night if you can only come to one, like.
It sounds like so much fun, Stephanie. I love it. And you described it perfectly. And so how do people get tickets, and where is the venue at?
Both shows are going to be at the Clark County Flamingo Library. I don't know if you've ever been there, but they have a showroom in the back, and it is absolutely gorgeous. A 400-seat theater. The stage is gigantic. The ceilings are huge. The side stages and backstage and green room are gigantic. I mean, it's truly a beautiful showroom. We will be there both nights, and that's, I believe the exact address is 1401 East Flamingo Road. But if you go to our website, right on the front page, it says buy tickets to Timeless. You click on that and it brings you right to our Purple Pass page, which is where you can buy tickets. So, and if you're buying in advance, if you use the promo code GOLDEN in all capitals, 0101, you get like $20 off your tickets. So yeah. So people that buy beforehand get a great deal. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a super fun time and a great deal. And if someone wants to go out for a night, this is the perfect event for it, because it's family friendly and fun. And who doesn't love entertainers, performers, and legends and magicians? I mean, you've got it all, right, Stephanie?
Yeah, we do. We truly do. Magic, burlesque, and circus for sure. And then during the day, we have legends teaching classes. So each day we have 5 to 6 classes being taught. Those will be across the street somewhat over at UNLV Student Union, but very easy to get to. We have prepaid parking, so you don't have to pay. And a lot of our legends are teaching, and they're teaching some really fantastic courses that have never been offered before. So anybody that's in the variety arts and wants to learn, this is the perfect place to do so. So same thing, you can go to our website and go to the Timeless tab, and the drop-down box will bring you to workshops with legends, and you can register and take the classes with them. So
wonderful, wonderful. And I also want to compliment your beautiful necklace that you are wearing. It's special. It's actually says Burley Cares on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I added 2 little hearts on it because I found the little hearts. This is from Dewberries, who also supports us. They gave us coupons for 10% off, and they also big supporters of the Burlesque Hall of Fame. So we love them. They're great. They're very supportive of burlesque. Dewberries is over on Decatur, if you don't know where that is. If you've never been there, it's such a great little shop. Oh my God, they have the best dresses and shoes and stuff like this. And like, we always go there. Like, most of us are like, oh, we haven't been in a while, we gotta go. You know what I mean? So, and the owners and the workers there really are lovely. So we're very supportive of them. Yeah, and we have a couple other sponsors for Timeless. Lost Distillery is sponsoring us. The Phoenix Bar on West Sahara is also sponsoring us. Wow. Yeah, so really excited. And Ronnie, I don't know if you know Ronnie, correct? Ronnie Pistol Holiday is his stage name. He's supporting and sponsoring us as well as Richard Faberty. He is a legend. He is a legend videographer and photographer, and he has taken of magicians since like the 80s. Like, you got to go to his studio, and it's just wall to wall beautiful pictures of some of the biggest names in magic. So I've known Richard a really long time, and he'll be part of the weekend, and he is sponsoring and helping us as well. So we have a lot of sponsors. I'm really excited, like, that people are getting behind this. It's very exciting. So yeah,
I'm excited too. I'm super, super thrilled and excited for you. It's going to be a great time. So check it out and get your tickets for Timeless, coming up July 7th through the 9th.
Correct.
And it's coming up next month, because we're taping this at the end of June. So you've got plenty of time to get your tickets. And so go click and get your tickets right away.
Get your super discounted tickets. And then there's also links as well on Facebook for the individual nights. If people can only make it, like say the 7th, you can click for an individual night ticket. The coupon code works for any kind of ticket you buy. So
Wonderful. Yep. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for that. I'm going to change the screen here and we can talk about the Lost Spirits Distillery and Modern Cirque show in Area 15 in Las Vegas. Now, this is the website, lostspirits.net. Yes. If you're interested, you are one of 44 resident performers there, and that's quite an honor. Tell us about this, Stephanie.
Yeah, a super honor. I'm humbled every night I'm there. It's so much fun. It's such a gorgeous venue. I think you came once. Yeah. The owner is just this like genius guy who's amazing and has a big heart. And what's really wonderful about him and this venue is they're really, throughout performing, you notice that there's a lot of ageism and there's just a lot of, not inclusion, right? Like you go to the Strip, you see kind of the same like body type and the same, young performer, but this is different. It's very inclusive. You see all different acts and body types and ages, and I love it so very much because to me it makes it so rich, and it separates it from any other show that's going on right now. It really does. It really opens up in a way that none of the other shows can compare, I don't think, anyway. I mean, I've been to a lot of the shows and I've even been in some of them, but like this is such a unique and beautifully created venue and concepts. Yeah. So very excited.
Jeff and I attended, and we specifically wanted to see your act and you're so gracious always to us, and we thank you for welcoming us. You said hello to us, and not all the performers do that, but you did that for us because we knew you and we were specially invited by you. We enjoyed it so much. You're one of the top performers there, and you're a contortionist as well as an elegant performer and dancer. And your act is so beautiful, Stephanie. And I want to talk a little bit about your training. Sure. How did you get to I think you went to Germany, is that right? Tell us about.
That was my first professional stint, was Germany, yeah. But I started when I was like 6. Like and we called it back east in a very small city. But we called it sport, like acro. We called it competition acro. That's what we called it. We didn't even call it, like nowadays I hear sports acro all the time, which sounds like this fantastic fun thing to get into. That's not quite as crazy as gymnastics can be. But when I was growing up, that's what I wanted to be, was a gymnast. Like I really, really, that was my big dream, was to be a gymnast. But it was very hard. We were in a small city, small state. And there wasn't a whole lot, right? There wasn't a whole lot of places to train or go to, but because I was so persistent as a child that I wanted to do this, my father was nice, smart enough to find somebody or find a school right up the street from where we lived. And I think he found her just through word of mouth because he was a baseball coach, and he also sold insurance. So there might have been someone that he sold insurance to, and that's how we got hooked up with my teacher, who ran this really beautiful little studio in town. And it was her name, just her name and studio. And she caught like this kind of, I don't know, like word of mouth, and all the kids like my age and stuff like just came, because she made it affordable too. That was the other really big thing. But she was but also a fantastic teacher, and like always outside of the box, right? So like we would compete, and we would often win because we were doing things that other studios weren't doing. Like most of the other studios were just dance studios. Oh. But like we did tricks and tumbled and stacked and, so what was really funny is when I moved here when I was 26, and
Vegas,
I was doing, right? What's that?
To Vegas
from Rhode Island. That's where I grew up. And before I moved there, I was at a studio, the same kind of thing, like a small studio, and like just doing what I could there and stuff like that. but I knew just intuitively that I really wanted, more, right? Like I wanted to work professionally as an artist, right? So yeah, but like when I got here, I was tumbling and doing some contortion. I got really lucky and connected with Mongolian contortionists, which, my God, if you ever get a chance to see Mongolian contortion, that's most of my act is Mongolian. Like the style is very Mongolian. And so those are like I consider that my roots, because when I moved here is when I was able to train professionally in the art of just contortion, because when I grew up, it was tumbling and group act and group contortion, but very little like solo contortion, like what I'm doing now. So most of what you saw at the distillery, I learned as an adult. So yeah, and just a lot of hard work. And I had really great coaches here, really phenomenal coaches. What's really cool, side note real quick, they're having a contortion convention here in October, and same location at the library, and I'll be involved with that, helping as well. And if anyone's interested in coming, it's going to be phenomenal. Like those women they're just like, I can't say enough good things about them. Like they're just so good at what they do, and they're so patient, and they're just, I would not be where I am without their training. Absolutely not. So yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about my background and kind of where I came from. So yeah.
That's phenomenal. I love that story. And, we can see on the pictures here, Stephanie, thank you so much for explaining all of that.
Yeah.
Your wonderful talent and balance here in these photos. And especially the one on the right. Do you
Your
have
right, not my right? Yeah.
That's right. Yes, my right. Sorry. That would be your left, right?
Yes.
The one where there's smoke in it. Did, um,
that one. That is my right. Yes. Okay.
Do you have to train every day for that position?
I did for a long time, and now I'm able to not have to do it every single day, but there's definitely have to keep up on it. Like I can't really go more than 2 weeks. If I go more than 2 weeks, you start to see the flexibility and the strength really goes first, kind of wane. And so specific tricks need a certain amount of keeping up with, specifically balance poses, right? Like handstands and that. So I do train in addition to doing the shows, but it also goes by my schedule at the distillery as well. Like some weeks I work a little bit more depending on what the supply and demand is, and the weeks I work more, I don't have to go to my coach, but I still see my coach on a regular, and she stretches me, and we make sure I'm not losing anything, or you know what I mean. So it's very much, you have to keep up on it. You absolutely have to keep up on it. Yeah.
A discipline. It really does sound like that. And also, Stephanie, this is fascinating to me. So you must be, as a dancer and contortionist and acrobatic performer, you must be so in tune with your body and your bones. Is eating do you eat a certain way to help that? Can you share that with us?
For me, that's been a big thing because I've always been very sensitive. And I learned, we grew up in the 80s, right? Like there wasn't a whole lot out there about self-care, right? Or eating well. Like I literally grew up on like Lucky Charms, you know what I mean? Like that's what I grew up eating. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, but nowadays and because of my nursing background, I'm very in tune with eating what's right. And I could go on for hours about this topic because it's a big topic. But it's funny you brought it up, because in the very near future, once Timeless is kind of done and I have a little bit of a break, because I'll need it, I do want to start doing like a YouTube channel specifically on eating well and taking care of yourself, and just again thriving instead of surviving, right? Like that's always been my motto. But yes, for the most part, I am vegan. I do rotate animal foods sometimes, but very minimally. My body doesn't do well with it. I'm what they call an A positive blood type. So like that's supposed to be the most sensitive one out of all of the blood types. So we do best vegetarian, we do best with all the foods that don't really taste that great. But what happens when you start to eat really well like that, you actually train your palate, like you train your taste buds. And so once to, you know, really enjoy those foods. And then if you deviate, like I guarantee you after so many months or years, you'll spit it out because your taste buds are going to say, absolutely not. This is all chemical and it doesn't taste good. Like there's many foods now I can't even smell. So like, yeah, so that's a training in of itself too, to be disciplined, to eat well and not eat, you know, fast food or this or that. As long as I eat, and this is cliche, as long as I eat my fruits and veggies, I'm good. Like I feel great. And specifically fruit, like people are afraid of fruit, but fruit is the most important food group. And anytime I hear a diet that excludes fruit, I cringe because I'm like, this is not a healthy diet. Your body, fruit is actually the number one fuel for your body. So, anytime someone tells me I don't eat it, I'm like, you're probably not healthy. You know, like your poor body is probably crying out for it.
We love fruit.
Yes. Yes. And I tell people all the time, they're like, everyone's so phobic of sugar. And I'm like, no. Your body is carbon. You're a carbon-based being. When you're a carbon-based being, you need sugar. So if you X it all out, you're not going to feel well or be well. You're just not, you know, your energy is going to be low. I see people go on like Atkins-like diets to lose a lot of weight, which I understand. And maybe in some instances it's better, but I always tell them, I'm like, after you lose your weight, you need to incorporate your fruit back because, you know, your body is going to absolutely want it at that point. So, yeah, it's interesting. Food is very interesting and I love it. It's one of my favorite topics. But yes, I do follow a pretty strict diet. I try to keep my hormone levels and balancing is very important. Like if my hormones are off, my flexibility suffers. So to me, that's a big, you know, it's a big motivation to keep them balanced. So that's another thing that I'm very big on as well. So.
Well, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. Yeah, we have this
I want to be one of the first subscribers. I know I'm going to love it because I love things like that.
Yeah.
It's so important, you know.
And what's worked for me, right? Like I can only share what's kind of worked for me, but I also know kind of through my medical background that like, yes, this is a good product or yes, this works, you know, like, and here's why, like type deal. So I'm excited because a couple of people on the Burley Care staff are very, very good with social media and content. And so they're going to help me. And I'm very excited because I'm hoping it'll generate enough of a following where it can be a form of revenue for Burley Cares. So yeah, we're excited.
Wonderful. So for the distillery, the Lost Spirits Distillery, it's in Area 15, and people can go to the website and buy tickets. Is that right, Stephanie?
Yeah, you go right to lostspirits.net and there's a banner. You just like click buy tickets, and then it brings up a different number of different tiers. You can buy VIP packages and have really nice seats all night long and drinks. And they even have tickets for locals. So if you live in Nevada and you have a Nevada ID, you can get discounted tickets, which is a lot of fun. And what's great too is once you come inside, once you buy your tickets, there's no like real exit time. Like you can stay as long as you want and tour and keep seeing and stay in the lounge and listen to some music for a while. Like they don't like hunt people down and like tell them, okay, you got to leave now. It's very lax. And, you know, whenever someone feels like they're done, then they can exit. But we try to make it a really, you know, comprehensive like experience where people don't feel rushed and people feel like they're at home and they're welcome to stay. So and now
so much. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. Now we have this late night show that starts around 9 o'clock called Seance. Yeah, you guys gotta come see it. It's a lot of fun. It's so what he did was he combined mentalism with history, which I think is so cool, right? Like because the history part is like all about the turn of the century. So Thomas Edison and the invention of electricity and all of that stuff is and talked about, and then mixed in with mentalism. So it's a lot of fun. And the 3 times I've seen it, I'm just like, wait, I don't even know how they do that. Like how, you know what I mean? So it's really a lot of fun. That very talented mentalist that we have. And so, and then there's acts in that too that aren't during the regular night. So if people see the regular tour and then stay for seance, they'll see different acts. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. It sounds
Yeah.
perfect. And also, I enjoyed it so much with Jeff. There's so many different wonderful tasting areas and beautiful wines and whatever you
Yeah.
like, brandy, or I don't want to give too much away, but it's just exquisite and it's
It is.
absolutely the very, very best. There's a lot of thought that was put into it
A
and a
lot.
lot of love
Love.
and
Mhm.
appreciation for the client and for customers like us. And we just felt so relaxed and at home there. And we
Yes.
enjoyed it so much. And also, I think Cora Vet we saw,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
still there, right? Right,
She
Steph?
is, and she is a full-time host now, and she's wonderful, and you get to see all her amazing different costumes every night. I mean, she makes all of her own costumes. It's so amazing. And they're just beautiful. Beautiful colors, beautiful themes that she has to everything. And yeah, she's with us, and she's in our burlesque community. She also runs and does shows. She does the Mile High Festival. She did another festival this past year that was a ton of fun. It was the 40 and over festival. So all performers that were age 40 and over got to be part of it. And so I was in that, so that was fun.
Hey,
Yeah, so
love
she's
it.
very much a pioneer for to fight ageism and to,
Yeah.
yeah, and to make sure our legends are taken care of. Yeah. So
I love that so much. And I did want to touch on, I'm going to go back to Burley Cares so people can
yeah.
see the logo. And then when they go to the website, they can identify with it and see it and then click on the donate button, and it'll be really easy and fun for them. But I did
Yep.
want to talk a little bit, if it's okay, about
Yeah.
Wild Women of Burlesque.
Oh, yes.
You and I are co-writers on Georgette Dante's. She's the author of it. It's all her
Right.
idea
All
originally.
her. Yeah.
Yes, but you and I wrote it together, and I want to thank you for your input and for reading it and for helping me because Stephanie, I could not have done it without you.
Oh, I feel like you did all the work though. You were so amazing and thorough, and all the emails and the updates I got, and it was just really wonderful to watch it kind of come to fruition. And what's really amazing is that everybody seemed like they were in sync with it. Like Georgette really was going with it, and to see her be happy with the product was really beautiful because I know that this has been something that she's talked about for years and years and years and years. So,
Really?
oh yes, yeah, she's talked about wanting to do this, and to see it come to fruition is like really beautiful. Like, and it makes me so happy for Georgette because this is truly a big love for her, and yeah, a big part of her legacy, I feel like, as well. So thank you so very, very, very much, because that to me is one of the highest levels of caring for and giving back to our legends that you can do, is
Oh,
to help them with their legacy, like finished products that they want to do, like that they now can do because like they're not working full time, or whatever the reason. So when we can give back in a way that feeds their projects and feeds their soul and their ideas, I mean, it's really, really beautiful. In fact, Burley Cares came from that as well. Legend Fanny Annie, Burley Cares was her last wish. Like, she absolutely desperately wanted Burley Cares to be what it is now, and more, even more. I know she does. But even just getting it to the level that it is now, because when she was ill and not, doing so well before she passed, all she talked about was Burley Cares. And she for whatever reason, maybe because of where she was at in her process, could see that it was more than it was, right? And she just kept talking about it. So finally I had to say to her, don't worry, I'm gonna do something with it. We're gonna go forward and make it grow. And it like really helped her relax. And So that was it, right? Like that was her last big project, but this was her brainchild all the way. Like I would have never thought to do something like this, as crazy as that sounds. She's the one who educated me on this population and what their true needs were, and how some of them were paid in cash the entire time. So they didn't have 401ks, they didn't have retirement funds, or even pay into taxes. So their Social Security benefits are not what a normal person's Social Security benefits would be, right? So a lot of barriers that I never knew about, that she really enlightened me on, and just made it crystal clear that this is something that's needed. So yeah.
Really is. And I just want to thank you so much, you and Miranda, for doing this and keeping her legacy and her wish continue on. And isn't that a beautiful
Yeah.
tribute that you are doing for her? It means she
Yeah.
continues on, right?
Oh, absolutely. It feels like sometimes I envision a baton where you just kind of take it and
Yeah.
you run with it, and now it's our time to run with it, and then when we get older and it's our time, we pass it hopefully to the younger generation that would be willing to keep it going. But I feel like that this is a sort of thing that will continue to grow because we all love it so much, and that when it is our time, we'll be taken care of, and it's going to keep going. Like I don't envision it going anywhere anytime soon. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love it. And Stephanie, I did want to ask, now you're regarding Wild Women of Burlesque, you're
Yeah,
going to perform, you're going to be one of the burlesque.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna be one of the actresses, correct? Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm excited. I can't. And do we know when we're gonna start filming, or do we have an idea?
Wouldn't it be great to start production this year or next year? I think right now
Yeah.
Jet is, as for production, I'm not exactly sure of the dates, but right now Georgette is trying to acquire funds so that it's in
Yes.
pre-production phase where she's trying to gather a money backer. And so if
Yes.
anybody's interested, please, reach out to Georgette Dante. She's on Facebook, and
Yeah.
she'd be more than happy to talk to you about if you'd like to invest and help her have her dream come true with Wild Women of Burlesque.
Yes. It sounds
TV
like
series.
so much fun. I've read the script and I knew about it before the script, but then I read the script and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so campy and fun and just all things that we love, right? Women, burlesque,
Yes.
um,
And Georgette is one of the main stars, but you're also a leading star as well. And so it's going to be great fun. And there's a lot of other people, cast that Georgette wants to. She's got so many people. So anybody who's listening, if Georgette has reached out to you and said you're going to be in her film, you definitely will, because it's going to be a
right.
huge cast, right, Stephanie?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like the more of her friends and colleagues that she wants in it, or has said that they're going to be in it, it's going to be this beautiful collaboration, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So
Me too. Me too. I
yeah.
think she wants to do a film and a TV series now.
Yes.
So that gives it even better pathways, because it opens it up even more for both. Both are viable and both are her dreams. So we
Right.
support her. And Georgette, we love you. We just want to send you hearts and let you
Yes.
know we love you and we're
Yeah.
thinking of you. Hi, Georgette.
Yeah, we'll see her very soon. She's going to be in the time list, so she's so excited. She's been posting about it as well, which is really beautiful. And yeah, we're excited to have her. She's doing a belly dance number with Miranda, so it's going to be incredibly fun. So
Did I see a post on Georgette's Facebook that it was Georgette's mother,
yes.
Delilah Dante. It was her original costume.
Yes.
And what did she do, Stephanie? Can you share with us?
I think she just renovated it enough or redid it enough to make it wearable again, because it's an original, I believe, from the 50s. And so I was told Miranda's wearing it, I believe, and so hopefully I'm not getting that wrong, but yes, it's a big part of her act, and it'll be spoken about, before she performs, about how it is an original costume from one of the very original golden era burlesque performers, Delilah Dante, who was just phenomenal. She was a really phenomenal performer. someone that Fanny Annie knew really well. There's a lot of our legends that knew Delilah very well. So it's exciting to see that her legacy lives on too, you know, and so yeah,
So,
very
so
exciting.
some of the legends that you work with knew Delilah Dante and worked with her.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Yeah, at least two or three. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
must,
She was an original golden era, what they call the golden era, which I believe was the 40s and the 50s. So she's a golden. Yeah, she was in that era for sure because she was the generation before Fanny. Fanny was the next generation. So she was like Fanny started early to mid 60s. And so Delilah was definitely maybe even two generations before that. She was just just before Tempest Storm, or just after Tempest, I believe. Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
amazing. And from the photos I've seen of Delilah Dante,
Mhm.
just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous.
Stunningly gorgeous. Yes, like very. Oh, who's that actress? She always reminds me of when I see her. Audrey Hepburn, like
Yeah,
very, yeah, dark hair, dark eyes, just beautiful, so
I
beautiful.
love I
Yeah.
love exotic looking, don't you, Stephanie?
Yeah, very, and I don't know if you've seen pictures of Georgette, but oh my God, like just she was absolutely stunning. She still is stunning, but like
Yes.
just seeing her and when she was like a teenager in early 20s, it's fascinating to me to see, you know, just how like drop dead. Like I've even patients I've taken care of, like when I was in the field, I've there were a few patients I took care of for many years that were with us or me, and I've seen pictures of when they were young, and I just like my eyes are like, what? Like that was you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, you're just like, you know, instantly that they were like heartthrobs, you know what I mean? Like that they had it, you know, they had that something that I'm sure many people were attracted to, you know. And so I think it's so fascinating because but you can still feel that energy when they get older. They still have that.
They do,
And
don't they?
yeah, oh, absolutely. The charisma and the beauty. And I feel like it's even more because they've transcended like just what it looked on the outside. And so you feel this very deep charisma that no young person could ever have. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I want
It's
to thank you so much. And I want to thank Georgette. She's helped me so much
oh yeah.
in
I've
my
learned
life.
so much from Georgette. Like
Right?
Georgette is a wealth of knowledge and like history. And I don't know if you've ever gotten a chance to see her. Like she's saved everything, which I think is so beautiful. Just books and books and books of history. And you're like, holy moly, like the pictures they're just stunning, like that she has this history.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite pictures of her, I haven't seen all of those. I haven't seen everything that
Oh,
you,
you got to see them. Yeah. Yeah.
but one of them that is really a favorite of mine is when she's at the Casino Royale in Las Vegas. Do you remember what? It's like
Yes.
a color one, and she's got this huge like um, Las Vegas showgirl um, headdress. And
Costume.
do you know the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about, Stephanie?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I do. I think I want to say she made that costume. Like she from scratch. She made that costume. Yeah. That's
She
the other beautiful thing about seeing her history is all the costumes were made by her. Like she's a phenomenal costumer. Like a lot of them were. Fanny was a phenomenal costumer. Marinka was a phenomenal costumer. I mean, Gina Bonbon is a phenomenal costumer. Like I'm like, how do you guys do this? Like they just know how to do it. No one taught them. Like it's truly a gift. Like unfortunately, I don't have that. I can design it, but I can't make it. So like here, do this. So
I'm with you. I'm in awe of that, but
yeah.
it. I love hearing all about that, and it's so wonderful. And I think our audience is going to enjoy this so much. I did want
Yeah.
to touch on one thing personal.
Sure.
I'm kind of like your older cousin because we're both we both have a little bit of Italian heritage.
Oh, just a little? Do you only a little, huh?
I have 18.3%, but you're like full Sicilian, right?
Almost. I the last time I took, you know how when you do the DNA thing, they send you updates and stuff. They sent me this update about 2 years ago. They're like, we're so sorry, we totally messed up on your percentage, and I'm 84% Italian. Yeah.
I love
So
that. I
I
love
know, I do too, which I already knew because my mom is half and my dad is full. So my father's mother, they all came from Sicily.
that. Mhm.
My father's dad came from, like, I think the middle of Italy. But my mother's family is northern, so they're all blonde hair, blue eyed. Yeah. So, and then the only oddball out who, but he was absolutely amazing. My mom's dad was English and Irish. So
Oh, okay. I
that's
love
the
that.
other 20% or whatever it is, 18% is that. Yeah. So
I love that too. Well, we really are extended family, Stephanie, because I have a little bit of English in me too. So
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
And
my mother's maiden name is Stafford, so that's very English. Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a good
Mm-hmm.
English name. I love
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep.
Really great. Well,
But
you
everybody else's Italian last names you can barely pronounce. So,
love that.
yeah.
Well, we'll have to find the best pizza place in Vegas when we come next time.
Oh, I already know that. I already
You
know that
do?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
tell us.
absolutely. And I know the best pizza place that has vegan and gluten-free options as
Oh,
well.
I can't wait. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to that.
Oh, wait till I'll take you to this place downtown. It's even if my family loves it, then because they don't eat quite as clean as I do, like they eat well, but not like I'm very like gluten. I don't touch any of that. So they ate it and they were like, "This is phenomenal," and I'm like, "Yep."
Wow. Oh, I'll look forward to that. Thank you so much. That is wonderful. So, Stephanie, how can people follow you and support you? Are you on Facebook, Instagram?
Yep. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. We are going to get a TikTok very soon. One of our social media gurus whose name is Kiki Maroon. She's on our board and she's also our social media guru. I don't know if you've noticed some of our videos lately, but Kiki has done those. She's really good at it. Just a real knack and talent for getting your attention and keeping your attention. And so the plan is that we'll be starting a Burley Cares TikTok very soon. So watch out for that. But yes, we are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram page. I actually have 3 Instagram profiles.
What
So
are they?
I have my circus one, which is Twisted Up. I have my burlesque one, which is Ms. Charlemagne, and we have the Burley Cares one. So there's 3 ways to get me on Instagram. Yeah. So, and then I have 2 Facebooks, one my real legal name and one Miss Charlemagne, and so they can get me on either of those as well. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Stephanie, I have enjoyed this so very much. You're an absolute delight, and I hope you had a fun time as well.
I
You know,
did.
we usually have at the end of our show our heart message. So I'm going to go ahead and say my heart message. Now, this is kind of a fun one. I'm going to make it a burlesque type one. Here we go. I
Okay.
just want to say, everybody, put your fans up.
I don't
And
have any, but I'll do this. I got them in the other room.
well, I love fans. So everyone put your fans up and keep your fans going, keep them going
Yeah.
and enjoy life. That's my heart message for all the burlesque people and everyone out there. And Stephanie, you can give a shout out if you want, or acknowledgement or
Sure.
anything, or your own heart message. Over to you.
Well, one of my favorite mantras is love, serve, and remember. That comes from a couple of different gurus that I love and follow that are kind of Hindu and Indian based. Krishna Das and uh that crew, and they do Ram Dass is another one. That's where that comes from. I think actually Ram Dass is the one that created that. So love, serve, remember is a mantra where it's basically that, right? Love your fellow humans, serve your fellow humans. It's a big belief of mine, especially as I grow and get older, that the reason we are here is to serve each other. And then remember is to remember that we're more than just our body and our ego, that we're these real spiritual beings that are having a human experience. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Yeah, I do too.
So
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing
You're
that with
welcome.
us, Stephanie.
Yeah.
And it's been such a real pleasure and such an honor to be with you tonight. Thank you so
Me
much.
too. Thank you.
And so until next time, until we meet again,
Yes. Keep
au
your
revoir,
fans
Stephanie.
going. Thank you so much, you guys. Take care. See you at Timeless.
Timeless.
Bye bye.